What's going on, everybody? It's PJ here from the Shuffle Squad. We're going to cover a very awesome / annoying deck in Durant. Now, Durant Mill has been one of my favorite decks to play on the ladder just mindlessly because it's so fun, and I think right now the meta for Pokemon TCG just can't keep up with it. So we're going to look at this deck profile here and see how you can have some fun and play with your friends on the ladder, or maybe if you want to bring it to locals and have some people throw things at you, go ahead. But anyway, we're going to get into this deck profile here and show you how the deck works. All right, pretty simple list here. So you'll see the two different types of Snorlax. We've got 4 of Durant, and then we have Manaphy and Pyukumuku. So pretty simple. We're going to go through the Snorlaxes. So we have one of the newer, I say newer, a couple sets ago, Pokemon Go. We have the block Snorlax. So the block Snorlax here, as long as this Pokemon is in the active spot, your opponent can't retreat. Now, why is that good? Well, sometimes their stadiums get bumped, and there is 4 of the Galar Mine in here, which prevents the retreating of Pokemon that people don't want in the active. So we've got the Galar Mine here to increase the retreat cost. And then we have the Snorlax. Obviously, we want to keep things in the active that aren't supposed to be there, things that aren't going to attack us and will inevitably allow us to build up a good hand or get our Durants into play so we can start milling our opponent out. So very good there. This Snorlax here is used for the Gourmandize ability. I have even been able to attack with Body Slam here because there are so many special energies. Same thing goes for the other Snorlax, but you know, we don't have to use those attacks. It's just an option that you can use, so keep that in mind. Now, 4 of Durant's. If you didn't know what Durant did before clicking this video, here we go. Devour is the attack on Durant, and it allows you to discard the top card of your opponent's deck based on however many Durants you have in play. So absolutely disgusting. You can mill 4 cards by having all 4 of your Durant in play. And then we have other little cheeky things that we're adding into the list. Things like the brand new Misfortune Sisters that came out of the more recent set for Lost Origin. So Misfortune Sisters reads, look at the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck and discard any number of item cards. Now, things like Switch is really good here. Cross Switchers is really good here. Ways of finding Pokemon that your opponent want so they can get things in play for like Crobats, so on and so forth. You don't want them to find that, so you're using Misfortune Sisters. You can mill 5 cards there and, 4 cards with your Durant. So very good milling strategy here. Obviously keeping things in the active. We go with that theme with Pokemon Catcher. We play 4 of them in this list. And then also we have some recovery with Cyllene. We can get those back if we want to. We can still gust things up that we don't want to be attacked with, or can't be attacked with rather, with Boss's Order. So we do play a copy of that. We could always get that back with Cyllene 2 or the Palpad that we play in here. So pretty straightforward idea. We have ways of digging ourselves out of a hole with Bruno, and then we have Cynthia's Ambition, and we have Professor's Research. So those are your draw support cards. We do play Battle VIP Pass to get our Pokemon out. Also, Hisuian Heavy Ball. We're playing 2 copies. I know a lot of lists now only play the 1, but you really don't want your Durants inside your prize cards, so we do play 2 of those instead of Peonia to try and dig for your extra Durants. Now, the big kicker here is it does play a 4 of Rescue Carrier, so your Durants are definitely getting knocked out. You want to recover them. So that's the way that you can recover your Pokemon out of the discard pile. Pyukumuku is here just for draw. And then Manaphy's just to protect your bench. So they're not doing a whole lot. They're kind of just supporting your squad of Durants that are just milling your opponent. So pretty straightforward. 4 of each type of DTE, Twin Energy. Nothing crazy here, but we're going to see how this list works on the ladder. Before we do, one special note to all of our sponsors here. Make sure you're checking all of the links out in the description below. We have Atlas TCG for physical cards. You can get them mailed all over the world. Save yourself 12% if you visit atlastcg.com. Use the code TSS12 in your checkout and you get to save some money there. Or if you want to purchase some of these cards online and need some codes, hop over to PTCGO store.com and use code TSS5. and you could save yourself 5% on the codes that you purchased there. What a great deal. So in combination with that, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, PokeXword. If you like Pokemon, you like puzzles, put them together, hop on over to PokeXword.com where you can complete daily puzzles every single day. And if you aren't already, make sure you're checking out our Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/TSSWin and sign up for our monthly subscriptions where all of our creators and our pro team are writing daily articles for your enjoyment. So make sure you're checking that out too. We're going to hop into the ladder and get a few games under our belt with Durant. All right, getting into the ladder for a game here. Let's see how this deck actually functions. We'll go through all of the plays and see what it does and how Durant can mill your opponent. Let's check heads. It is heads, so we get to go first. We can set up our Pokemon. Okay, what a great hand. So we take a look at it. We've got 2 Durants in there, and we've got a Battle VIP Pass. We have a Quick Ball. We've got lots of things. Lots of things to think about. So let's take a look at our opponent's board state. See what's going on here. All right, Oranguru, totally fine. I am fine with Oranguru. So let us do this. We want that. Now Oranguru tells me that's Kyurem. Kyurem is a very good deck to play against. I don't think I'm gonna get knocked out yet. It could also be Lost Zone Box, so we'll see if the Oranguru is in play. And there we go. We called it Kyurem. And they are probably contemplating how this is going to go. Ditching the Battle VIP Pass. Interesting. It's definitely different, if nothing else. So I see the Lumineon probably going to go in and get an Irida for turn 1. There we go. Irida's there. Now Irida, great play on our opponent to get some water Pokemon into play. And there's the bucket, so they can start swinging into our Durants turn after turn. Very good here. So not quite sure what's happening, but we got the air balloon, so that's good. Now we could just play boss here. They're not going to knock us out. Rapid freeze. Still fine. We want to get Galar Mine into play too. So we're going to boss here. We're going to boss up the Lumineon. Because we have 4 Pokemon catchers to get Oranguru and Galar Mine in play. And we also can get the No Retreat Snorlax. So I think Manaphy has to go down here because they do have Greninja in most Kyurem decks. And we don't want to play that game where we're getting 2 of our Durants just sniped. Okay, so they've got water energy. Okay, nothing crazy here, but still they are down to a 35 card deck, so you want to be cautious of that too. All right, they're going to manually retreat. And they most likely have a Kyurem VMAX. Getting rid of the Manaphy, they see that there. Now we have so many recovery options. I think that might have been a misplay. I understand why they're trying to do it because, like I said, Radiant Greninja is amazing against this deck because you can get rid of 2 Durants at a time, and you can just keep pumping energy onto your Radiant Greninja. So now they are unfortunately going to go down another 4 cards. Let's see what else we have here. We can plant this for next turn, and then let's just Cynthia's Ambition. Ooh, so many good cards. Okay. This is fine. We can recycle that. We can go in here and find the Pyukumuku. Let's just start drawing cards. We have a lot of cards to get. Still super fine. All right, so there's the drawing Snorlax. I don't think that we really need that right now or ever in this game. Let's get this Snorlax in hand. And then we will just push this here and put the shovel on it. Now shovel, I know we didn't cover in the deck profile, but if you didn't know, Curse Shovel, when it's attached, if the Pokemon gets knocked out by damage, not by poison, but you get to also mill another 2 cards from your opponent. So let's do Devour. We get to devour 4 cards from the top of their deck. Now we're almost halfway. Now we are halfway through the deck, and they only have taken 1 prize. Okay, so there's some water energy. There's... Oof. Alright, Orangaru's doing its thing, trying to put some cards on the top of the deck. This is totally fine. Now 2 cards go down. There goes their Palkia, which is really pivotal in a match like this, I think. Palkia being able to do the damage. Alright, so then let's draw 4. Let's just use Cynthia because we want that twin energy possibly for next turn. Okay, didn't get exactly what we want. We can wait for another Durant to go down and use our first Rescue Carrier. We're just going to start sticking things in the active here. Alright, well, we can put another Orangaru down that doesn't have the air balloon. Scare him a little bit. Let's just scare him. Okay. Then we can Devour. And another 4 cards gone. Or 3 cards, rather. 3 cards gone off the top of the deck. We haven't even really come to the full potential of this deck where you're using Sisters. So, very cool. I think we're doing okay. There's the Greninja. That seems mighty bad for us. But they also have to start knocking out some stuff. Okay. So next turn, we can go ahead. We can play a Bruno, which is fine. I know you're not supposed to talk about Bruno, but we're going to play Bruno anyway. And then we'll start milling more cards. We're going to put that Manaphy right back in. Trying to scare us. It's not going to work. We've got this here and this. Now that sniping that they thought was going to happen is definitely not going to happen. If I can get a Pokemon Catcher, that would be great. Pokemon Catcher, anyone? No? Not today, huh? Okay, so we can plant energy, then we can Bruno. Oh, look at that. There they are. Well, we have 3 chances. There's 1. That's all we need. Okay, so we've got that. This is good. Now we are going to start the mill process some more. Now they're down to 20 cards, 19 cards after the draw. Still 3 prize cards left. So our deck is doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing here, where we're just taking out one of the best decks in format. Now, if they can draw some sort of switch card here that's still pretty fine, they can Irida for a switch or maybe some cross switchers. I don't know what they're playing in their deck, but I know that there should be maybe another air balloon somewhere. But then once we put the Galar Mine in play, we can Pokemon Catcher again, we can Sisters, we can do all kinds of things. We don't need to do anything with the heavy ball. Man, they are stuck, huh? So they have the wash energy on the Orangaru. Literally does nothing. Getting rid probably of this shovel. Yeah, the shovel's going in the lost zone. That's fine. And here we go. We've got the Galar Mine again. Let's draw with Pyukumuku. See some more cards. Totally fine. All right, let's get their switches, buckets out of here. Get that bucket out of here. And let's use Devour. Devour getting rid of 3 more cards. Fine with me. Now, if we put them in a spot where we use Pokemon Catcher, they still cannot retreat. They're going to be able to retreat here. Again, fine with us. We have to keep an eye on the prizes across the board. They're going to go down to 2 prize cards. So now it's getting into that sticky spot where we don't want to have a Greninja play happen and then we just lose the game. So I think if we get one of these Pokemon Catchers to work again, we're fine. We do have quite a few cards left in the deck. We still have 2 Galar Mines, and look at that. That is absolutely amazing. So we got one. Hope this one sticks. It does. So we've got the Oranguru. We're going to put an energy here. We're going to use the heavy ball to thin the hand. Don't have any Pokemon there. That's fine. Here we go. Let's get 2 ants back. 1, 2, like that. They have 9 cards left. This is basically the lock. Next turn we can Misfortune Sisters and use Durant. And let's see if this clock ticks in the right direction. And then I think we just have it. Okay, so Collapse Stadium. I got to get rid of one of my Pokemon. It unfortunately will be Snorlax. That's fine with me. And the victory. They knew they didn't have it. There was no way out of it. They saw it coming. They wanted to maybe Greninja. Hopefully that my Manaphy was going to go out in the Collapse Stadium. So there you have it. That was Durant in a nutshell on how it works on the ladder. All right, and that was Durant Mill here, the newer version, now using the sisters in there. I think it's so fun. If you want to take this deck and go play on the ladder or go play with some friends with it, make sure you're going down in the comments, copy and pasting the list right into PTCGO. Make sure you're checking out all the sponsors. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let us know what you thought about the deck in the comments below. We'll catch you here next time on the Shuffle Squad. The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Atlas Collectibles, the best place to buy any trading card game product online. Visit atlastcg.com and at the checkout screen, make sure to use code TSS12 to save an unbeatable 12% off your entire order. Atlas Collectibles will ship your product anywhere in the world, so make sure you're taking advantage of the 12% savings with TSS12. And if Pokemon is not your thing, don't worry. Go to atlastcg.com and see all the other amazing trading card game products they have there to offer.
The Shuffle Squad is partnered with PTCGO Store to provide our community with the best access to Pokemon TCG codes. They have codes available 24/7, instant email delivery, and you can save 5% off by using code TSS5. If you're a YouTube member or Patreon supporter, you'll have access to a special code that gets you 10% off. So what are you waiting for? Use code TSS5 today and save 5% on your next order of codes on any codes available at PTCGOstore.com.
Pokex Word, the best place to get your fill of Pokemon-inspired puzzles. New puzzles are posted every day, and they recently launched a new Guess That Pokemon puzzle, which is a ton of fun to play. Go check them out at PokeXWord.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter for your chance to win a ton of PTCGO codes every month.
Check out the Late Night Series Season 6, brought to you by myself, Zach Lesage, and the Shuffle Squad. We're going to be running a bunch of sick events for the Pokemon community, and they start on August 30th. So one thing you might be noticing here is that there's an EU time and an NA time. We have one at 12 p.m. Eastern, which works out to about 5 p.m. in London. And then we have one at 7 p.m. Eastern, which should help out a lot of players on the West Coast play in this event. That being said, we still have a lot of cool things going on. Expect similar prizing that we've had for other Late Night Series events. Expect better staffing, expect better tournament experiences, and of course we do have a stream going up for this season as well, and I will be streaming the event on Twitch. That being said, we have the whole season up on the Play Limitless website. Late Night 51 all the way through 70 runs until we hit the Invitational on November 5th. So check that out, sign up today, and support Zach Lesage Events and the Shuffle Squad. See you there.